Hi. Welcome to the construction base. So, one of the lessons that we all need to take heed of is asking for help. So, the construction industry is very vast, and in any business setting, business system, there are systems, there are ways in which things are done, and certain systems or certain procedures apply to certain situations differently from organization to organization. Now, especially in the construction industry, it's very important to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. In fact, it's better you look as though you don't know, but you seek help and you know something. So, there are situations that whereby when you're on site, you might not know what you need to do. And so maybe you might be dealing with a client, and this client might be asking several questions. Now, if you do not know, you can tell the client to say, well, let me consult with my senior, or let me uh, consult with my colleagues. Then I'll get back to you. It does not mean that when you say you do not know, or when you say, well, let me consult, let me seek advice here and there, it shows that you are less of a professional or you're not so good at your work. No. What it means is you want to do the right thing and you do not want to give wrong advice or take a step that will eventually backfire or be detrimental to the project. So, asking for help is very vital, especially for people who belong to distinct professions. There is, I think in the previous video I had mentioned, or I talked about it, where I was saying that there's what we call skills transfer. And skills transfer happens because people who are entering the industry, in whatever profession, be it an engineer, be it a quantity surveyor, be it an architect, or be it a business person, be it an accountant, there are things you need to learn from the people who are already working in that industry. And so the only way you're going to learn is by asking for help. How are things done? How do you work around these challenges? How do you solve these situations? Or maybe a client might start faulting you for something to say, well, no, you did this, you specified this, but this was wrong, or you underpriced here because of this, that. And there are people who've been in the industry for a long time. So instead of you standing up with your chest high, showing to say, no, you can go head to head with a client or whoever, it's very important you take a step back and say, okay, let me get back to you. I can assure you we are going to resolve this matter. That way, it's even easy for the client to see, oh, okay, this person I'm sure is showing some courtesy. And they are showing some consideration to say they are not just going to brush me off, but they are going to take me into consideration and they are going to solve this issue. So, uh, very important. Consult your seniors. Ask them how they have managed to handle situations. You are definitely going to even grow more because when you hear first-hand information from people who've gone through that path, who've encountered those challenges, it's easy for you to even move about and go about with your job. Why? Because you have already been informed and you won't make the mistakes that they have made. There's a saying that the wise learn from their own mistakes, but the wiser learn from other people's mistakes. So if the seniors explain to you and they tell you to say, oh, well, there was this time I made this mistake because I did not listen or because I did not consult, I did not ask, you learn from them. And that way, you'll be a very good professional or very good at your work. And it will minimize on the mistakes that you may make, or because you're new on that job and you do not know. But because you know, you've consulted, you'll be able to go about with your work. So asking for help is very important. And at times, there are certain things that are like a class. So you might encounter a challenge on site, or maybe in the office setup. And so you ask your boss to say, okay, there's this challenge, there's this, that. And you'll be amazed at how our seniors, our bosses have so much wealth of knowledge that you even think about it. You're like, can I even pursue further classes about this or pursue a course in this? Because you'll be able to get detailed information and it will help you even make good decisions as you go about. So asking for help helps a lot. Yeah, guys. So I just wanted to talk about that and encourage each and every professional that there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Uh, if it means you looking as though you are not knowledgeable, it's better. But so long as you get the needed information that you need. In fact, there's a saying that when you say you don't know, that's the beginning of knowledge. Why? Because you have acknowledged that you do not know, and now you start feeding yourself new information. And when you start feeding yourself new information, your information is growing, it's being powered up in your head. And that's all experience. Yeah. So this is something I wanted to talk about. See ya, guys. Enjoy your work.